Did you know there are 11 greenways across the city of Greensboro? These are walking, biking, hiking trails that connect neighborhoods and help people enjoy nature.
The downtown Greenway in Greensboro is a 4-mile loop that should be complete by the end of this year. The city offers golf cart tours of what the Greenway includes, and as Cindy Farmer found out, it's a lot.
This is one of the coolest ways to see the downtown Greenway in Greensboro. We'll go all the way around the Greenway and see some of the neatest art installations that there is to offer. Dabney Sanders is going to be our guide. She's the project director for the downtown Greenway. You ready to roll?
I'm excited.
I'm
Yes.
excited too. Let's go.
We're gonna go along the whole 4-mile loop.
It's 4 miles.
See public art along the way, talk about some other interesting features.
There are plenty of features. There are 4 cornerstone pieces along the way that separate each section of the Greenway, and there's also lots of other beautiful art as well.
Going through 8 different neighborhoods today on the downtown Greenway. We are in the Old Ashboro neighborhood, and for each of the neighborhoods that we pass through, we commission a North Carolina artist to design a bench for that neighborhood that represents the neighborhood. This particular artist is Van Dorn Hennett, who lives and works in Durham. He is a nationally recognized artist, but he grew up in Old Ashboro, and he still has some family that lives here. So we loved that opportunity of using an artist that really had a connection to the neighborhood.
You know what's cool about this? There was a lot of thought put into the process of building this Greenway that you wouldn't necessarily know unless you take this tour or, you know, read up on it.
Yes, exactly. So we are here at the Freedom Cornerstone. What you see there, the concrete base is in the shape of the hull of a dry docked ship, and that references Middle Passage. But you could also interpret that as a ladder and thinking about people ascending beyond their circumstances. And Radcliffe actually calls this piece Ascension. This is an amazing piece. This is called Vigilance. The artist is Teresa Arico, who is from Chapel Hill. And she, when she was talking to people in this East Market Street area, because we always like to really get to know the community where something's gonna sit. And people talked about things about this neighborhood that reminded her of the poem, The Hill We Climb, that Amanda Gorman wrote and read at the Biden inauguration.
I think it's just stunning. And I think because of all of the various colors in it too, it just represents so much of this community.
We are at another one of our cornerstone sites. This is the Innovation Cornerstone. We're in the northeast corner.
Yep, there we are.
This is called Wovenworks Park. The artist is Randy Walker from Minneapolis. Randy took a lot of inspiration from the historic white oak plant. Of course, the largest denim maker in the world for many, many years.
If a golf cart tour isn't on your bucket list, there's another way you can learn about the downtown Greenway, its art and the neighborhoods, the AutoCast app.
Look at this. Oh, look. This is the coolest thing ever.
It's easy to download, and it has GPS, so it follows you along the Greenway and tells you of the upcoming features. The Greenway takes you through a popular part of downtown with restaurants, shopping, Lo-Fi Park, and also past the home of the Greensboro Grasshoppers. When planning, the designers looked at creating individual spaces too.
Could we create a little different environment that people could enjoy here?
That would be High Grove, a side path chock full of wildflowers and art from recycled materials.
We are at the northwest corner of the Greenway. This particular theme of this cornerstone is tradition. So the idea for this tradition cornerstone was to look at the role that Greensboro played in the Revolutionary War. So the artist here, Harry's and Hayter Collaborative from Cambridge, Massachusetts. The structure that you see here is in the shape of the tents that the men would have been camping in when they were in battle here. And if you look on top of the roof, there are letters there, and the artist found letters that General Nathaniel Greene wrote to George Washington over about a 3-month period when he was here in Guilford County.
Construction is already underway on the final section, the Western Branch. The city hopes it will be complete by the end of the year, but some beautiful art is already in place.
This is the first cornerstone we built, the last one that we'll see today. This is called Gateway of the Open Book by Brower Hatcher, who is from Providence, Rhode Island. And the theme of this was motion, and it was looking at 2 different things. One is the intersection of highways and railroads that came together to make Greensboro what it is today, but also thinking about the forward movement of people's minds and the fact that we have 7 colleges and universities. This is our very first neighborhood bench we did to reflect the Warnersville neighborhood.
Nice.
The artist is Gary Gresco from Oriental, North Carolina. And when we met with the neighborhood here, we asked them to tell us words that they thought really symbolized their neighborhood. It all narrowed down to these 5 words.
The downtown Greenway is living up to the community's hopes and is busy year-round.
We do about 200 events a year on the downtown Greenway. Of those 200 events, all but 3 of them are absolutely free to the community. We just want to show all these different ways that people can use and engage with the downtown Greenway.
Not to mention that it's bringing neighborhoods together.
Exactly, and really telling community stories. We think that's such an important part of the fabric of our community, and we want to really celebrate that.
If you want to sign up for a walking or golf cart tour, or if you want to learn more about the Downtown Greenway and its events, just log on to downtowngreenway.org. And if you know of a town or city in our area that would like to be featured or needs to be featured on My Town Monday, just email us at 10amnews@wghp.com.